think of the drum as a clock face, okay? Now, you're holding the drum so that your thumb is on the back and your fingers, the 4 fingers, are on the 6 o'clock, the bottom. Here's 12 o'clock, here's 6 o'clock. Now the fingers are not touching because you don't want to dampen the sound. The many styles there are often have been sustained for thousands of years in different parts of the world. In the Middle East, where the frame drum is very, very old, and you see the representations of people playing, and they're holding it, and their hands look exactly like they do in the modern world. To know in the context of our modern world, where you even look at a piano or you look at a synthesizer or you look at most of the instruments, and they're very product of the Industrial Revolution. So these instruments have stayed the same, and they still have the same potential now as they did 3,000 years ago. And that potential is very powerful. Many sounds that you can get out of them. And really the only limitation is your own strategies as far as creating new sounds and being absorbed in the material. So I think it's a powerful lesson for students today to see that you don't need something complicated to make something very rich. And the frame drum is a representation of that.
You can be more creative about what you do with your music, and you can put it into like a perspective that's different from everyone else's.
This was an opportunity to interact with drummers and interact with music students, and that is a time of great potential, and for them to be exposed to something that maybe they haven't seen or maybe they haven't been aware of, I think is a powerful thing. I mean, that's what it was for me when I was much younger and I went to an orchestral concert or a symphony concert, and that's where I got my motivation and enthusiasm to say, oh, I really like what the drummers are doing back there, so that's what I want to do, you know. So hopefully there'll be 1 or 2 or more or whatever that sees that this is something that, you know, that they might want to follow through on and get into. And I think there is more and more interest in this kind of drumming, and so there's more and more potential to use it in their professional careers. There's something about the overtones and the deep breathing that you do with the overtones that I think it's something that you can really latch onto and absorb very quickly, you know, because it's a very simple technique. And this idea that you're breathing and getting into slow, deep breathing and how that influences your state of mind, I think that can be very powerful for anyone, whatever they're doing. So I think that's something that hopefully they'll latch onto and sustain.
When Glenn used all of his fingers and like rolled everything, like you don't see that like ever. You're used to like the regular orchestra and marching, but now you get to see like a different like world perspective, and it was just really neat to see.